Hey guys, what's up? Bob here. So, today we are starting week 2 of the PICA Season 3 tournament. So, what does that mean? Well, it means I'm still the Philly Shuckles, obviously, and we are Hyper Offense Man. Sort of. But, anyways, this week we're up against Colton and his Detroit Magnetons. Now, these guys are new to the league. Another team that's new to the league. They are actually in my division. They won their week 1 match pretty convincingly against the Iowa Focus Energy. So that's, scary. And looking at their team, it's absolutely threatening. Let's go over it and check what this guy's got going on. So first off, this was kind of interesting. He ended up franchising Miltank. Now, that actually saved him 20 points on his franchise fee. So it ended up only costing him 60. And he got to pick up probably his favorite Tier 5 guy, Miltank. I'm assuming it's his favorite Tier 5 guy, before the draft even took place, so nobody could snipe him for it. So that's good for him. But as for his other stuff, he went with Mega Swampert, Tornadus Therian, Raikou, Kingdra, Galvantula, Jellicent, Klinklang, Politoed, yes, this guy's running rain, Mamoswine, and Flygon. Now, looking at that team, obviously you see the rain. Politoed, Mega Swampert, Kingdra, he can run stuff like Raikou or Galvantula to take advantage of the nice, perfect accuracy thunders. He's got a Mamoswine, which complements it really well, because a lot of that other stuff is really resistant or immune to water. He's got, and of course Mamoswine has a fire resist in there, but he doesn't really need it, but it's also an electric immunity. He has another electric immunity in the form of Flygon, so that's good. He's got Klinklang. That's always something that's kind of difficult to deal with. I've never actually been able to get it to work for me, but I know it can work very well because of those resistances thanks to the steel typing. So that's good. Jellicent is a nice, water immunity just to have. Can recover, I think. Any ghost typing is always good. Basically, it's a really good Pokemon, and I think it's a Tier 4, so that's interesting. And of course, Galvantula always has those potential for sticky webs. Main threats, though, Mega Swampert and Tornadus. Tornadus Therian is absolutely monstrously fast. And then Mega Swampert in the rain can be a real beast. So I'm going to tell you what I thought he would bring right off the bat. Even though I have a lot of electric types and stuff, I still thought he would bring rain. I was thinking I was going to see Tornadus, Politoed, Mamoswine, possibly Galvantula, Mega Swampert, and then maybe Flygon or something. Tell you right now, that's not what I ended up seeing. But yeah, that's what I was thinking. Going through his stuff, Miltank, obviously an option. It's kind of always an option. It's got good physical defense and stuff. Swampert, definitely. I was like, okay, he's definitely bringing that. Tornadus, definitely bringing that. Raikou, whatever, something. That guy. He's pretty good. He's just got nice electric attacks and stuff. And I figured it matches up good against my legendary dog, so might say it. Kingdra, Galvantula, both very good. Things I could potentially say. I actually kind of didn't think he'd bring Galvantula just because Thunderous Therian kind of kills it. Or at least walls it and can HP flying or whatever, or even just throw a Thunderbolt its way. I don't know. I think I kind of underestimated how appealing that would be to bring. Jellicent. Okay, here's the thing. Jellicent hardwalls my Suicune, but at the same time, I've got 3 electric types that just absolutely maul it. And I can throw, knockoff or stuff, whatever. I didn't think I'd see Jellicent, and he brought it, and that was surprising to me, and it kind of hardwalls my Suicune. I brought the Suicune thinking that, oh yeah, Jellicent's not coming, so I can just use it. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't think he'd bring Klinklang, but I was prepared for it anyway, because it's always dangerous. Politoed, I figured would probably be coming. Mamoswine, I knew would be coming. And then Flygon was up in the air, Of course, it has, the ground typing and a ground immunity. It's very good. I like Flygon. A lot of people in the league don't like Flygon. I think it's pretty good. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out what I brought. So, my opponent ended up bringing... You ready for this? Jellicent, Tornadus Therian, Galvantula, Mamoswine, Miltank, and Flygon. That is a solid OU team. Maybe not the perfect OU team, but that's a solid team if you took it to OU. Jellicent, obviously always really good with the water absorb. Galvantula can stick up webs. Mamoswine's always a really good lead. Very good, just attacker in general. Miltank, very dangerous. And the Flygon, very dangerous. And Defog, obviously, is a thing. Yeah, and then Thunderous is just gonna, or I mean, sorry, Tornadus is just gonna outspeed everything. So what I ended up bringing, and I think this was kind of probably the wrong things to bring, but whatever. Jirachi with it's just like a Wish U-turn set, and it's like Wish U-turn Iron Head and Stealth Rocks, which I think I should have had Protect on there. Um, then let's see, Rotom Mo, who's just kind of general set utility. He's kind of there to try to wall what you call it, Mamoswine. Didn't find out until afterwards. I forgot to put EVs on him, which really might have cost me. Um, but yeah, that's something that happens. I made the team. I didn't have time to make a team yesterday because I was working at 12. So I made it this morning and I didn't test it. Sorry. And I didn't see it. It happens. I saw it like as soon as I started. I was like, oh crap, did I do that? I didn't. Um, Next up, we've got Thunderous Therian because he's my favorite, and he's just Life Orb 4 attacks. I was thinking of actually putting Agility on him, but the Mamoswine was kind of scary, so I didn't. It actually probably would have done really well, but whatever, things happen. My Scarfer is Heracross. This thing is a very good Scarfer, but with Webs up, he's not going to do a lot. So, that's kind of a problem. And I don't have Hazard Removal. I don't know if anybody noticed that. I didn't know. I thought Sigilif could get Defog when I drafted him, and he doesn't, so that's something. Anyway, I also brought Sigilif. He's Cosmic Power. I really, really like the Cosmic Power set. It's my favorite one. But yeah, I think it's absolutely cool. Then we've got Suicune, who has, like Crocoon set. I could have like run HP Grass or something on it and tried to hit Jellicent, but I didn't think it was coming, so I just didn't bring it. And I was like, okay, well, I can still kill Kingdra even if I can just burn it. How naive I was. Anyways, yeah, that's the teams. So we're going to hop on over to the battle. So, I'll see you there. Okay, so my opponent leads off with his Galvantula. I lead off with Rachi. I figured Rachi would be a good lead. He goes Sticky Web, I get Rocks. Not really. I mean, he could have taunted there, but not really. That's a good exchange for him. And unfortunately, I couldn't really done anything about it anyway. So we're going to go ahead and U-turn on out as he goes for the Bug Buzz. I go into Heracross, but unfortunately, obviously, with the Sticky Webs up, I'm not going to outspeed. I get a crit. I get a crit knockoff. I think that mattered, but oh well. Galvantula's stupid frail anyway. So Heracross is going to be alive, but just barely. I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and Jirachi is going to come in, because Jirachi is usually a decent answer for Tornadus. He shows me he's physical. Now, I don't know why, but I did not think this thing had knockoff. Like, I didn't even think of it. And I should have, because this was actually monstrously dangerous for me. But anyway, Flycat comes in, and I go for the Wish. That's, generally speaking, a good move to go for in intermediate ways. So Rotom's going to come in. Now, keep in mind, Rotom does not have his EVs, so he's going to not take that as well as I would have liked. Air Cutter, that's a weird move. Anyways, Miltank's going to come in as I go for a Leaf Storm. No, I go Wisp, duh. Because that's, Wisp is a move that, anything that doesn't take damage from Volt Switch doesn't want to get Wisp. So that's going to be kind of my option there. So he's got Miltank in here, and I have Volt Switch on out. And in comes Sigilif. Now, Sigilif is going to at least attempt... The plan is, I'm going to attempt to set up and sweep here. He doesn't have his electric type anymore, so I figured if I could get a couple of Cosmic Powers up, I'd be good to go. He goes for the Icicle Crash, and you see here, he outsped me. Now, I had myself EV'd to outspeed him, which means that he is Scarfed. I figured that was an option for him, so I did want to stay in just to check. I figured I could, survive something anyway. So, Mamo goes for the Icicle Crash. I live it. I Psycho Shift him a burn. That's going to be really annoying. It's going to mean his Miltank has to waste a turn trying to set up a Heal Bell. So here I go for Wish with Rachi. Now, I probably should have switched it or something, possibly into Rotom, but I actually end up staying and going for the U-turn, thinking he might just predict me to U-turn. Thinking he might predict me to switch. Now here, I completely forgot that Wish activated before you bring a Pokemon in, so I just missed my Wish, and I have to sack off Heracross to keep my Sigilif alive, which is really bum. I'm not happy about that. That was a stupid misplay on my part. But now I can go into Thunderous, bluff the Scarf, and go for the Thunderbolt. Now I could have U-turned here. I do have the U-turn on it, just because I figured he would be bringing a ground type or two. So I went with U-turn instead of Volt Switch. But yeah, I just end up switching out. That's annoying because it's going to take off, a quarter of my health, but at the same time, we're still good to go. Mamo comes in, goes for the Icicle Crash, and I know he's scarfed into it, so Suicune is able to just go for whatever I want. I actually end up double switching here into Rotom because I figured I had to be aggressive. So Rotom comes in against Jellicent. Now here I make a really bad play, I think. I think here's where I go for the Leaf Storm and Yeah, here it is. Miltank comes in. I didn't realize this thing has Sap Sipper. I've never really used Miltank in competitive play. I was not aware of all of its abilities. I always just thought it was a normal type. I remember it having like Scrappy, so that's kind of where I was going with that. Anyway, he goes S-Toss, so it doesn't matter that he has a +1. And I'm going to go into Sigilif, and the plan is just to get up a Roost. I figured that would be helpful. I didn't really care if he went for like a Heal Bell or something, although it would be annoying. I didn't really care. So now he goes for the S-Toss, and here he makes a good play, I guess. He goes for a double switch. As I go into Rotom, he goes into his Mamo. And that's gonna mean I have to switch again. But I can just go back into Suicune and Mamo will die. Also, Miltank dies to switch. So that's really bummed for him. I probably would have just stayed in and Heal Belled, but whatever. I guess, he kind of had a plan. So he sticks to his plan, lets his Mamo die. His Miltank is dead on switch. So I am technically up a Pokemon here, but at the same time he has Death Fodder that he can use later on if he needs to. So Rotom comes in against Jellicent. He goes for Taunt, which is really interesting. I used to just wanted to see what attacks I have. All I have is Scald, so I can't hit Jellicent. But anyways, I've got Rotom in. I'm just going to go Volt Switch, I think, and he just sacks off his Miltank here. Flygon would have been an option, but whatever. I guess he just didn't think that that would be the best option there. So now I'm going to go ahead and switch. I decided to go into Suicune. I figured I could rest off after this turn anyway, because even though I'm hard-walled, I can still kind of annoy his Flygon and his Tornadus. And if he lets that Jellicent die, then I win. So Suicune comes in, eats up that Draco very nicely, and I just go for the rest. And it's going to get all my health back. So I'm pretty happy about that. Now he's going to go into his Tornadus here, I think, which is really bizarre for me, like in my opinion. But I go for the double switch. I go into Sigilif here because I thought I could get, maybe a Cosmic Power or something up off of that Flygon being at -2. He obviously had the same idea. Goes into Tornadus and goes knockoff and KOs my Rotom. It was a crit, and I didn't have any EVs. I don't know if that, I think if both of those factors had been erased, I would have lived and maybe been able to go for Pain Split. But with both of those factors being, with the crit, it doesn't matter. So, anyways, Suicune comes in, goes for the knockoff. Opponent goes for the knockoff. Doesn't matter. I don't really care about not having an item. I mean, leftovers are nice, but whatever. So here I wake up. I go for the Slad. It was just in time for him, but honestly, I don't care about Jellicent not taking damage from that. I figured it would be worth still going for it. So now I can go into Thundurus here, and he goes for Taunt, which is really interesting. I didn't realize Jellicent got Taunt. I guess it is. Anyways, he goes into Flygon because he's predicting the Thunderbolt, and I go for Hidden Power Ice, which is really nice. So if I can bring Thundurus in on something that dies, and have it in against Jellicent, then it'll die. So in here, I theoretically could have just tried to make him switch into his Jellicent, and then gone into Thundurus, and then, something would have died. So, I don't know. I guess I could have, tried to expedite this process here. Anyway, I go Sclad as he goes Taunt, and I don't get the burn, which is unfortunate. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and make a double into my Sigilif, and I figured I could just go for a Roost here. Now, I do outspeed. Oh, no, I Psycho Shift him a burn. That's right. I figured having him lose health, just get that chip damage in, would be really beneficial. So, Sigilif is now taunted and reburned, so that's good. Well, the taunt is bad, but the reburn is good. So now I go into Suicune. Now, I'm not really sure what he was predicting here. I guess he could have taunted, but if I had gone for Scald and killed him, then we would have been he would have been in a really, really bad position. Or, if I Scald and burned him, then he would have just, been mad. So I do go Scald here, and he doesn't taunt again, and he goes for Scald himself. Maybe he thought he could kill me. Maybe he thought I was going to go into Sigilif. I don't know, but maybe he thought I was going to go into Thundurus. That's probably what he thought. So I'm just going to go ahead and rest. And now I'm back at full health. I think that's what he was thinking. That I was just going to go into Thundurus and kill his Jellicent. That would have been bad for Suicune. Actually, that probably would have won it for him, but whatever. I go into Sigilif here because it doesn't really care about the Scald, and I'm just going to be able to get a Roost up. Actually, Taunt on this thing would have probably been decent. But anyways, I just go for the Roost. He goes Taunt, but I do, I outsped him there, so that's all that matters. So here, I could have, attacked and just tried to chip at it, but I don't think that will help because Jellicent does have, the... Actually, Tornadus might have Roost, too, so whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go back into Suicune. His Tornadus can't do anything to it. So I can go for potentially some sort of, shenanigans. I stay in as he U-turns, because U-turn was obvious. And I just go for the Sleep Talk, I think. Nah, I went for Scald there. I figured if I woke up, I woke up. Anyways, now in comes Sigilif, because I'm still thinking, if he knocks out my Sigilif with his Jellicent, then I can go into my my Thundurus and just kill him. So here I'm going to get a Cosmic Power up before he gets the chance to taunt, and that is hugely bad for him. That means I'm going to be able to start throwing Sword Powers at him. I score a crit there, but it doesn't matter. Now we can just trade off attacks, and keep in mind, my Suicune is perfectly healthy. His Tornadus can't kill it, and yeah, and even if he kills off my Sigilif with his Jellicent, Thundurus comes in and kills off his Jellicent, and then I win. Yeah, so basically right here I win. But it takes a while, I'll tell you what. And Sigilif is going to do his thing. He's pretty cool. Honestly, I like Sigilif. It's one of those things that, a lot of people think is really gimmicky, and it is gimmicky. But at the same time, it's so fun to use. That's why I drafted it. So he's just going to keep throwing Scalads at me, and I'm just going to keep, trying to poke at him a little bit. That's all I can do. So he dies to burn this. No, he doesn't die. Oh, yeah, that's right. He has Recover. But yeah, no matter what, if his Jellicent can't win this exchange, then he loses. And it can't. So, by the way, I'm going to tell you right now, this is my first attempt at recording using Camtasia, so the audio might be a little different than it usually is, which I apologize for. But at the same time, this program is fantastic, and ideally, if it goes well, I'm going to be using it all the time. So, big shout out to Navid, something like that. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And when I asked, he said, however you like. So, Jim. Nah, big shout out to Navid, PC reviewer. This dude hooked me up with Camtasia, and I owe him big time for it. Anyways, Jellicent finally went down, which means I win. Knockoff kills Sigilif, but it doesn't matter, because I can just go into Suicune and kill him with Scald. So, yeah, that's game. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it. Here we go. Come on, go Suicune. Sclad time. Yeah, we score crit. We don't burn him. That would have been nice. That would have been nice really early on if I could have just burned him. But whatever. Anyways, that's game. So, guys, hope you enjoyed week 2 of season 3 of PICA. We are 2-0. We have had a little bit of hacks on our part, a little bit of weird plays and stuff that just kind of benefited us. But at the same time, we are doing good. And this guy was in our division, and he was 1-0 as well, which knocks him down a peg, which means that we are technically, right now, no matter what happens, we are in the lead in our division. If we stay that way, well, that's up for further debate. But we are at the moment. So, hopefully we'll be able to hang on to that. And, yeah, keep in mind, I will be making a little, league in review, a little... my version of, not power rankings, but kind of a recap of what's going on at the end of week 2. So, and that'll be on my channel, and it'll be super subjective. I'm not going to be objective like I was back in the day when I was doing the, the recaps on the main PICA channel. This time I get to be me, and I get to be like, oh yeah, this guy lost, yeah. So I'll be doing that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Next time, who am I up against next time? I don't even know. We'll find out. It's somebody good. Somebody in my division. It's probably Cedric. It's always Cedric. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna be it. So guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next week. Bye.